What's up guys, it's Matt Collins-Jones here, also known as the D365 Geek, and today we are talking about Power Automate and OneDrive for Business. We're going to look at the trigger, which is when a file is modified. So like my previous video of when a file is created, when a file is modified is a trigger that will trigger when you modify a file in a specific folder or subfolder. So let's take a look at it. So in Power Automate here, I have my OneDrive for Business flow, and along the top here, I've got a list of my available connectors. I can type into here OneDrive for Business, or I can just choose from the list that was on top there. One important thing to note, as I've just searched there is OneDrive for Business and there is OneDrive. These are two different connectors and they are two different things. So OneDrive for Business is through a business account, and the official OneDrive for Business software or subscription. OneDrive is the personal OneDrive, so make sure you don't get these two confused. They're also not interchangeable. You can't use the OneDrive connector and actions and triggers if you have a OneDrive for Business account and vice versa. So the second action here is when a file is modified. So if we select that one, we now have to specify a folder. So like the trigger, the previous trigger of when a file is created, you do have this sort of file explorer here. You can click on Show Picker, and that'll take you to your OneDrive, and then you can navigate through the folders. So the root folder is the sort of like base folder. When you open your OneDrive, it's where like everything is from. So think of it kind of like your C drive on your computer. Everything is on that C drive, unless you have other drives, but like that's where it kind of starts from, and then all the folders go out from there. So think of it like that. So we're going to choose the arrow on the right to go from the root to the next level up, which is we've got all the folders here. Then we've got the Power Automate folder here, and yeah, no, went too far. And what we want to do is we want to click on the Power Automate folder here, and that'll populate that into there. If I expand the Show Advanced Options, I have two other options. I have Include Subfolders and Infer Content Type. So include subfolders means if there are any folders inside of this folder, do you want to trigger based on a new file being modified or a file being modified in there or not? In my instance, I don't have any additional folders. That's fine. I will just carry on and just do it in this one folder. And Infer Content Type is where it's actually going to take a content type out, and then you can use that. So it's basically guessing at the content type based on the file extension and other things. So once we have that, we can click on New Step, and I can just throw in a compose action here just to get some content out and show you that it kind of triggers, because you need two steps in a flow, or you need at least a trigger and then a single action. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in the file path, for instance. Once we have that, we're ready to go. So we can hit test. We'll perform the trigger action. We'll hit save and test. And then it's running. So if I flick over to my OneDrive, you can see I'm in my folder here. So it says files, and then it says Power Automate. I have a few files here, and I can choose this one, this Word file here, which is called PATVD. So that's Power Automate Video Test Document. Power Automate Test Video Document. And what I can do is I can just add another line to this and say this is a new line of text. And we can see up here it's saving this saved. If we go back to Power Automate, we can see the flow run successfully. And we can see the data that we are getting out of this. It may just take a minute for this screen to render. I am having a little problem with some of these screens rendering properly. So the easiest way to show you that my flow ran successfully is to jump out and then just look at the flow runs. There we go, 44 seconds ago. So we can see when a file is modified, and we have this content here, and then we've got the content just put into this box. So one important thing to note with a lot of these triggers is that the content or the direct content that you're getting out of it is not really the useful content that most people would want. So for instance, you've got things like file name. That's not the name of the file. That's kind of the file name as it is programmed, but it's not the file name in terms of what a user sees. That would actually be counted as metadata. So one of the things I'm going to show you in an upcoming video is how to actually get things like the proper file names and things like that out. But this just shows you a bunch of things that are triggering and a bunch of things that are kind of there but kind of in the background. So as you can kind of see, it tells me the content type is a open XML format, so this document VND. And that's the content is programmed in that formatting. We have the file identifier, so how you identify the file and file path. Again, a lot of these things not really useful to many users, but the most important thing here is the trigger, that it triggers and then you can do something. So it could be that you are collaborating on a document with users and you want to be notified when someone makes an amendment to that document. So you could set up a trigger that goes, hey, anything in my OneDrive folder or subfolders, when someone modifies it, let me know, and then I can go and review that document or do something with that document. So that's where this could be potentially useful, or if there are any other things like that you want to use it for. But as always, let me know what you guys use this for. What do you use it for now? What may you use it for in the future? Are you having any problems with it? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always interested to find out what users are using these things for. If you did like this video, if you could like and share it with your friends, that'd be much appreciated. If you've not already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.